I don't know what it is. I cannot get that cowlick to stay down. No matter what I do, it's just, I've tried everything except a shovel, maybe, and digging a hole in my head and digging the damn thing out. It drives me crazy. Look at that. It just does not want to stay down, whatever that is. There goes the keyboard. Let's see. That's a little better. I wonder what my hair looks like. There's my hair. Who the hell is calling me now? Hold on. Someone's called me for 2 days. And now it's like radar. The minute I sit down to do this, someone calls me on the phone. I wonder who it could be. Well, I think it was Cat. He didn't help me, did it? It's still sticking out. Told me to open either. Hello. You just call me. Call me back. Yeah. I don't know who called me. Somebody called me. Well, anyway, it is ungodly hot here. It will continue to be ungodly hot tomorrow and Monday. So, 90 degrees here today, 90 degrees tomorrow, 90 degrees Monday, and 89 on or something on Tuesday. I'm going to San Francisco. I was going to go out to take cans and bottles out tomorrow, but I don't think I want to do that in 90-degree heat. The cat food money, and I thank my friends for giving me $20 for cats. Like there's 1 week of cat food. I need 2 weeks for it. Next month, things will be easier. I'm going to try an experiment. This is ginger ale. I'll try later with water and see which one, if I get thirstier with ginger ale or less thirsty with water. Well, another social media guy died. This guy was drinking a can of beer on a New York skyscraper, and he would post to Instagram. I guess he didn't have a YouTube page. His exploits, backflipping off of diving boards and cliffs and stuff, and he fell off the skyscraper, and they said injuries consistent with a fall from a building. Duh. So he's dead. Lived in New York. I don't know what is with these guys that they want to be daredevils and risk death. They're young and they'll never live to be old. In Delaware, the whole family got wiped out except for the mother, 4 daughters, and a father in a car crash. And in Chicago, social media types, excuse me, they blocked the freeway to protest violence. And I wish these people would someone talk some common sense to them. Some of the people that die, the police and the fire engines and ambulances can't get on the freeway because you're blocking the freeway for whatever your stupid cause is. No matter how good of an idea it is, you don't block the freeway off because people could die and or not get to the hospital, or a mother could not be having a baby and not get to the hospital, or a person with asthma could be choking and not get to the hospital, or a car accident. Someone could be rushed to the hospital and can't get there because the freeway's blocked. I think it's stupid and inconsiderate. And then there's a story today where millennials say it's too much trouble to go out to eat. Now think about that, man. Is that the ultimate lazy thing? It's too hard to go out to dinner. So you want everything brought into you, and by that effort, you won't lose any weight. You'll just sit there and eat all the time and never go anywhere. I don't know if these people work or not, but all they do is get their food brought in because it's too much trouble to get in the car, or get on the bus, or get on the train, or get on wherever, or get on a bicycle and go eat somewhere. That's amazing to me. I mean, we enjoy, Kathy and I, going out to eat. It's a treat. Now, there's times I'll have a pizza sitting here because I'm too tired or I'm too hot to go get food. But that's about it. Um, unless you have an Uber food thing, there's not much else you can get except your house pizza. Hello, Christopher. Are you too lazy to go out and eat? But I think it's sheer laziness. I don't think it's trouble at all. We're just too lazy to get off our fat asses and go out to the car and drive to a restaurant or drive to the supermarket. Let's say they don't go out to dinner, they just got to get food. The millennials like have a full freezer and a full ice box 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, it just magically fills itself from the food fairy. I am the food fairy. I'll be here to fill your ice box today. And by the way, I was listening, or I was scanning things to post on Art Bell Lives. I found a show where Art had a guy who had a research center dealing with time travel. Art was fascinated with time travel. Where is Art Bell's time machine? But I'd like to borrow it for a while. Go back and tell myself not to go up the escalator where I broke my knee, not to get married, not to do other things I did in my life. Go back and smack myself. Don't do that, George. You fool. And tonight, Mama Cat, Papa Cat, Fluffy, little girl, getting hit under the car. Tiny and Talkie got to eat Orangey, Squeaky, Gray, and Pretty One. And Talkie was headbutting my hand the whole time I'm trying to open up the can. He was going boop, boop, boop. And then Squeaky's was knocking down the. I had to use TV dinner dishes, which I used to feed them in. And he knocked them out of the ground. And Orangey was not being nice. Orangey was pouncing on Squeaky. There's a rivalry there. So I didn't like that. I don't know who just called me. I thought it was Kathy, but other my doctors and bills, Kathy and Auburn only have my phone. No, I've never seen Midnight Express. I have no desire to go to Turkey or spend time in a Turkish prison. So, done did enough time in jail and don't want to do that. Don't ever want to see the inside of a jail again if I have to. And try not to do it anywhere that would put me in jail. they will take you to jail even for traffic tickets, unpaid traffic tickets or something. So, and my nose is there. Sorry about that. I took a shower before to feed the cats, and within a few minutes, I was just absolutely stunned. Only had one cup of coffee today. Found a monitor I can get a second monitor, 23-inch monitor, relatively cheap. So I'm hoping it's not bought by the first, and I can pick it up in San Francisco. And that would be a monitor for the Mac Mini. And I found I could upgrade the Mac Mini's hard drive. It's the first Mac Mini, so it's really old, and you can't upgrade the RAM. And the memory is only like 1 gigabyte, which is really slow and old, but that's all right. I'm going to put the biggest hard drive I can in there, and then probably use it as a music thing. But I went to have it, so I have one working now. By the way, it's 85 again here tonight, with all 7 fans going. I don't watch Big Bill Maher because Bill Maher is an anti-American twit. And he's also an anti-Christian twit, and probably anti-Semitic, and God knows what else. I don't really like blacks or Latinos. But he's a flaming liberal loon. And why did they pay attention to him? I think Trump is going to make some improvements in his country. If I didn't think that, I wouldn't support it. But I only get into politics because every time I do, everybody leaves the channel, which is odd. You think my fans would listen to me no matter what. All one of them. I did a video last night at 1 o'clock in the morning. I had one person come in, Jeremy. Where the hell is everybody on Saturday? Or Friday morning. Yeah, they went all the root beer. I mean, all the ginger. I mean, root beer in the brain. And this did not hold. This did not hold all 12 ice. So, I mean, if you watch somebody like Bill Maher, he's not very funny. And he's got the same shtick. Now, if you watch Dennis Miller, he's funny. Whether you're conservative or not, he's funny. I used to like to watch him and Bill O'Reilly. Mike Pompeo came back empty-handed. The North Korean said that something went wrong, and he negotiated, and President Trump was saying in Montana, we're going to get a great deal out of the North Koreans, but that didn't happen. So I don't know what he did or what they, I have a feeling that he's not just negotiating with Kim Il-sung or whatever the hell his name is, Kim Sung-il, but some other guys are there too. But the glorious leader of North Korea, and I use the term sarcastically, I think that guy is bipolar. 1 minute he wants to negotiate, the next minute something offends him. Look, it's the sun. I am offended by the sun. And something offends him, and then that's the end of the negotiation. So I'm not sure who Charles Grodin is. So rings a vague bell somewhere. Did they have a show on PBS? I don't watch PBS stuff. They got rid of Charlie Rose. He was, molesting women or sexually harassing women. Everybody's sexually harassing women. I think I'm the only guy that's not sexually harassing women out there. I got cat food and weird Santa videos. Too hot for sexy or ass anyway. So picked up another 11 cans and about 10 bottles, and I want to feed cats. Tomorrow we'll start bagging all these bottles, and then when I get a chance, take them off to get more cat food. I should be able to get at least 20 bucks for the cat food out of this. And someone's doing laundry right now, and I have to do laundry. I have a pile of clothes bigger than the pile of mashed potatoes and clothes and counters. So laundry later tonight. Strip the bed and clean that stuff. Uh, I don't remember who Charles Grodin is. I think he's an actor. Oh, car, one of those smart cars drove through a house in Pennsylvania doing about 80 and wiped the house out. I saw one today when I went up to get my mail, not much mail, and I'd be afraid to ride one of those because you open the door and you get in, and if someone hits you in the front, you're dead. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to escape. At least with a 4x4 or even a Prius, you got a chance. It's also so hot. Fuzzy finally gave up and came out of the bedroom. She's lying in the living room on the bed near the door, so she gets some air. So that's what's going on. I'm going to go get some more soda here. Excuse me. And I'm going to have some plums. And I think later tonight I will cook the steak and some potatoes. All right, Christopher, say something. Um, we're watching a lot of old Don Rickles on Johnny Carson lately. I miss Johnny Carson too. God, there was one episode there, Johnny Carson, Ed McMahon, Don Rickles, and Madeline Kahn. They're all dead. That's kind of scary. Not that they wouldn't have died from old age. Rickles died of kidney failure. I forget what Ed McMahon died of, and Johnny died of emphysema because he could not stop smoking. Madeline Kahn, a great actress, died of cancer. It's scary. You watch these people, and people you watched a lot of your life, they're all gone. It's in the afternoon. $100,000 for life insurance. I have the money I'm tempted to cap and say. I don't know what it is. I'll be glad when I can buy another iPhone. Well, people will call me on the iPhone. I don't care about that. And I deleted a comment, I'm not going to say by who, on my YouTube channel, saying that Surrogab was a good thing because there was 3,000 pages devoted to me, and where would you get that anywhere else? And I said, yeah, but 3,000 pages of lies, slander, innuendo, falsehoods, Photoshop pictures, attacks on me, attacks on Kathy, attacks on my cats. That is not a compliment. And while I miss the friends I've made there, the board, or at least that sub-board, should have been shut down a long time ago if the owner of that site and he had other integrity, if he did. He banned me for a year because I was being attacked, and then he let me come back in. He brought the board back in because he was losing money doing it. And he got paid with ad clicks. He probably made a ton of money off of me in 10 years. Hello, Jeremy. Mr. No Joy, the Slack Master, is in the building. Let's see. I haven't thrown mine out yet. I apologize, not for that whole plumber. Wasn't thinking. I am roasting that dog. It's hot. 90 today, 90 tomorrow, and 90 on Monday. Other than that, I'm okay. I'm just. We do not discuss that man in this channel, and we do not allow Chefist in here. So, goodbye. Yeah, somebody was telling us in the Lisa Muffy and the third cat, Sheba, that they were dying where they were. And running the air conditioner was costing a fortune. That was the evil Chefist and the evil Surrogab. Oh, I'm ecstatic, but of course that evil Bardell, or Bart Smells, started Smellgab. You know, the trolls over there. I'm not worried. They can all feed off each other like a lamp tail of shark. But Belgab's purpose is done. And for all I know, Bardell bought it. Somebody will. They'll just continue their lies, hate. I'm very happy, but trolls are psychopaths. They're not normal. And I just do my best now of ignoring them. They're joyless people who make other people miserable. Art said they were vaguely lovable, but except when Art would quit his show for whatever reason, mostly medical, he got very little criticism on that site. And then when he quit Sirius and he quit Midnight in the Desert, they turned on him, and they were vicious to him. So I think Art may have gotten to discuss it, but I'm sure in the last couple of years, Art was too damn sick to care. Art went on the sewer cast several times. So did George Norrie. So did Dave Schrader. I think he liked that part of it when he was no longer on the air. And Art liked me because he was a hello buddy, and so I had been emailing Art back and forth, and Art was aware of me. I miss Art very much. And if it were within my power to do anything from the Art Bell family, I would. So, but I'm not going to have people going to my channel, even friends or supposed friends, saying that they had friends and they did a good turn and that person had issues. Shouldn't have said she. Sorry. But I'm not going to have praise of Belgab on my channel because it was a horrible, very vocal, troll-filled website. That doesn't mean everybody on it was a troll. Everybody on it was not a troll. But nothing more to make the yeah, too many commercials. I sat there one night listening to Coast, and in a 15-minute period, there were 20 commercials. And I said, I'm not going to listen to this thing. Art hated commercials. But this network is broke, and they need to pay the bills. And a lot of those commercials, they switched to local commercials. A lot of financial stuff. And the one I can't stand because you got a voice that is like chalk on a blackboard as Ronnie Deutsch. Hey, do you have trouble with the IRS? And I want to throw something on my radio for my Alexa God. And that's a big reason I don't listen to Coast anymore. Now, it doesn't seem to be that many commercials on the weekend. And I don't know, maybe George gets told during the week we want lots of commercials. I don't know. And I found some videos of Richard C. Hoagland. I like listening to Richard C. Hoagland. So if I have a choice between Coast to Coast and Richard C. Hoagland or Jim Malliard or somebody else, I'll listen to them rather than Coast to Coast. If it's something I'm really into, except for George Knapp. I'll usually listen to George Knapp when I remember to. Like today, I didn't do anything but sleep. It was just too damn hot to go out. And I was looking up stuff for my Mac Mini. You cannot upgrade the CPU because it's soldered down, but you can upgrade the hard drive. And I'll do that eventually. Well, this was the first Mac Mini. So, getting much else with it. And I was looking for a cable, which I found, to take that to the adapter, my TV. I might be able to get to work my Westinghouse monitor. and this thing has a real problem with overheating. I may get one of those PC fan laptop cooler things and attach it somehow to this. Very tight. I'm not going to complain for 45 bucks. Yeah, I don't know about who's on there, but every time I go on, it's some guy you never heard of. And most of the time they're talking about giants, the Buru, angels, and giants, the Buru, and angels bore me to tears. Not that it's not interesting, but we've heard the same story about Planet X 78 times. Enough already. It ain't coming. It's like talking about the second coming of Jesus. It's been 2,118 years. He ain't here. And no one knows if and when he's going to come here. It's like talking about the end of the world. Only God said only he will know when the world ends. And then they're talking about, I went to the library in the book sale. I was tempted, but I didn't have the money. It was 18 bucks. They had the complete Taken series, where you're taken by the rapture, which that is never going to happen because it was something that came up in the 1860s, but it's not in the Bible. But it was the very popular Taken series of fiction. I was tempted because it's almost paranormal. It would have been interesting to read all 9 or 10 books in this series of 12, but they were all there once. And when I come up with money, I may well buy those. But yeah, there's a lot of BS when it comes to books. And you didn't seem to get as much BS with art. I saw B. Uh, One of my favorite things, we had some. We bought some. I bought some and I brought them home to Kathy and other people. About when V was on, the big thing is the visitors would eat rats. And somebody came up with cherry filled and nougat filled and milk chocolate filled and caramel filled rat candy. And people were munching on those at the conventions, and I bought some. And the parts of me when the alien reptilian hybrid was born, that thing was scary. And it was reptilian more than human. And they tried to bite the doctor, and the mother just went totally freaked out. And the guy who wound up playing Freddy Krueger, he was one of the good aliens. Kathy watched it, but I never got into it. But it more creeped me out. I think they offered as a trade-off to eliminate all the pollution on the earth, but they were eating people. So it was like an update of To Serve Man from the Twilight Zone. I don't have V. Kathy has V. She has all the episodes. Not they remade V a while back. I never saw that one. I don't know if she did either. I have UFO. I have War of the Worlds. One day, Paramount, whoever owns the rights, will come out with the original War of the Worlds on Blu-ray before we die. I have other science fiction shows, and I'm always looking for new stuff. And the one thing with 80s that's very expensive on DVD is the Paramount show Sighting. I would like to get those. Very familiar. I would like to get Sightings. But I wish they'd come out with one that was cheaper. I was looking at my Blu-rays today, and yeah, I got Space 1999. I've got a fair amount of recent movies, but not a lot of old movies. It's only I like the original. I never watched the new one. I watched about 10 minutes of the new one. I said there's too much talking. It's like listening to Jean-Luc Picard. I couldn't get into it. I liked the old one. It was cheesy, but there was something. Except I couldn't stand Muffy, the robot dog, and I couldn't stand the little kid. But and I was always amused. Here are these evil Cylons by Urkadan, and they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, and yet they wiped out the whole home planet of whatever race these guys. I never did figure out what they were called. Were they the Galacticans, or they wiped out Caprica with their ship, and yet they had a war that was going on supposedly for 1,000 years, but the individual Cylons couldn't hit anything. I guess you wouldn't have much of a program if all the humans were killed by the Cylons, but it's just these guys are terrible. And then Imperious Leader and Baltar, it was like watching the Roadrunner, and that's why I liked it. Now I liked Lauren Green. I loved Dirk Benedict of Starbuck. He made the show, but you know. And then you had the. You look back at it. If you look at an episode of Battlestar Galactica, there are some on YouTube. The giant CRTs they had, and this was supposed to be state of the art on a on a starship, on a spaceship in a galaxy, another galaxy far, far away, heading for Earth. And these things were like these huge, kludgy looking CRTs and all these buttons. They had all these buttons to push. Yeah, you had to suspend disbelief, or suspend disbelief. Disbelief, yeah. Neither one of us saying it right. You had to suspend disbelief. But it was fun to watch because, and they would get into the silliest thing, and the best episode of all, actually two best episodes, The Return of Starbuck, where he's marooned on a planet with a Cylon. And the other one is I don't remember the name of the episode, but Lloyd Bridges is Commander King, and he commands the Pegasus, and he goes off and fights the Cylons. His ship is damaged. It's like watching Pearl Harbor all over again. So I could not get into the new one. And then they spun off a new show off of that called Caprica. I never watched that either. But I'm old school. I like the stuff I like. I liked the A-Team. I didn't like the new A-Team movie. It sucked. And I just saw something recently. They're planning to do the Beverly Hillbillies again. How the hell is that going to be? And in reading the Ronald Reagan book, I found out that just over the hill was the mansion in the land that was used for the show The Beverly Hillbillies. So, yeah, George Papard was great. The whole cast was funny, except the reporters. The two reporters they had, the two female reporters, they could have thrown them out the van because they were almost useless. I don't know why they were there. Maybe the network had them in. They wanted, give female interest to female viewers. But how many female viewers are really watching the A-Team? And the interplay between Mr. T and and Howling Mad Murdoch, who was the great thing of the show. All right, fool, I'm not going to fly, sucker. You watched it for that, and then somebody did an analysis of some of the stuff they did and said the stuff they did, they made some things they wouldn't work. They'd be trapped in a barn, and they'd build a tank out of a water tank, out of a water heater, and they'd build a flamethrower, and they said this stuff really wouldn't work. They did it wrong, but it was still fun to watch. Yeah, Stephen J. Cannell is dead. He came out with a lot. He came out with Airwolf. I don't know if he came out with Airwolf, but he came out with a lot of stuff that was good. He came out with the Greatest American Hero, which failed sadly, but that was fun too. Robert Culp and William Catt. I forget the girl. But I like that show. The guy gets a superhero suit and then loses the instruction manual. So Parr was a good actor. He hated Mr. T because he was supposed to be the star, and then Mr. T started getting all the attention. So Cannell wrote a lot of shows, and Cannell wrote books too. So there was a lot of stuff in the 80s I never saw. I never saw Hill Street Blues. Yeah, the Rockford Files. I watched not all the Rockford Files, but a lot of it. Then Jim Garner had issues with that, and he left. And you had a whole bunch of shows that were fun. Switch with Eddie Albert and Robert Wagner. You had, I don't know, but you know, I look at shows now and have no interest. It's like trending on YouTube. I have no. I look at the trending stuff. It's all young kids. I have absolutely no interest in anything that's trending. It wouldn't be trending in my house. That's why I watch old stuff, because old stuff is good. Yeah, the commish. I saw that when it came out. I saw the pilot. Don't remember anything about it, but it wasn't bad. There's a lot of stuff that came and went that didn't make it for one reason or another. It might make it today. And I have to look up for that. See what he did. Yeah, well, TV writing is different. Now they spend an hour and a half talking to. It's all reality. They're all interacting with each other. Everybody is fighting with each other or whatever, and you don't have the characterization you have with writing. When you watched Airwolf or whatever, it was fun to watch, but now everybody's talking and there's all this love interest and stuff in fiction shows like NCIS, and it gets to they ruined Scorpion because there was too much stuff about who's going with who and who's potentially going with who, and they do a lot of that on NCIS and NCISLA, and Linda Hunt just got in an accident. Stephen Cannell died in 2010, and I'm looking him up. 18, Greatest American Hero, 21 Jump Street, which they made a terrible movie of, and The Commish. And he wrote novels. I never heard of these. Shane Scully Mystery Series. And let's see, what else did he do? He wrote for It Takes a Thief. He wrote on Ironside and Columbo, and he wrote on Adam 12. He created 40 television series. Now listen, Black Sheep Squadron, one of my favorites, although it pissed off the actual members of the Black Sheep Squadron. Okay, Rockford Files, Chase, Black Sheep Squadron, Beretta, City of Angels, Greatest American Hero, 18, Hardcastle, McCormick, another show that was fun. Wise Guy, I watch that every week. 21 Jump Street, Silk Stockings, and The Commish. He had written for 450 episodes and produced over 1,500 episodes. So, and Quest, Riptide, Hunter, and Did something called Stingray, and won an Emmy for Rockford Files. So, and he died of cancer. So, put out a lot of content. You know, that's the problem, though. I want things to be good. I don't want to watch some turkey. Why take a movie off the shelf and watch that? I've not watched the Strange Santa Claus movie yet. I have to wait till it cools off. I'm not going to lie, I watch the movie for 90 degrees. But, you know, and they've gotten rid of a lot of shows. Cheaper to do a reality show or a game show than it is to do an hour of drama or an hour, half an hour, an hour of comedy. I've never watched more than about 2 minutes of how is that thing called? It's a different bunch of nerds, and they all live in an apartment of steel door. I can't remember what it's called, but I've never watched that. Um, and they have a spin-off of that, Young Somebody or other. And I actually watched a couple minutes of that. That's kind of fun. But yeah, Big Bang Theory. Bing Bang, Big Bang, Bing Bong. Big Bang Theory. Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon is actually not bad, what I saw of it. But I can't stand the other show. I don't know why it has to be an acquired taste. I watched Cheers back in the day, and Taxi, and Barney Miller, and way back when a show called NYPD Blue, and I watched Wise Guy. Till the guy quit, and they brought in a new guy, and I think they killed him off or something. Never saw The Sopranos. On the list to decide whether to watch it one day or not. I spent an awful lot of time watching Top Gear and Are You Being Served? Back in I think the 80s, I was watching that when I wasn't watching Star Trek The Next Generation. Yeah, I watched Hunter. And I watched the satire, the cross between Hunter and Dirty Harry Sledgehammer, which was funny at times. But when you grow up in the 50s, you start with black and white television. Everything looks a little bit the same. Never watched the Law and Order. Never watched Boston Legal. Spent a lot of time watching Mike Hammer, all renditions of Mike Hammer, and pretty much mysteries. A Murder She Wrote, Diagnosis Murder, Quincy, Harry Mason, uh, Spencer for Hire. I love mystery. And I've never watched CSI either, so. Or Person of Interest, or the one they do, Madam Secretary, about the Secretary of State, and some woman, the perfect wife, or whatever the hell her name is. That's on CBS. Don't watch that either. Watch the new Odd Couple they had on. It had its moments, but it died. They did not renew it. Did not watch the one with the heavy set cop, the guy, actors from Pittsburgh, and his wife, and did not watch the two waitresses. Did not watch the Superior Donuts. They're just not my thing. So there's a lot of shows out there I would never look at. Never, I've heard the title, I've heard that Gina Davis was on it, but never saw it. Here's what I was doing for a long time. For a year, I didn't have internet or cable or television or anything. So year to year and a half, so I had no cable, no internet before I ever started doing videos. And that might have been when a lot of this stuff came and went, but I never saw because I borrowed newspapers from a neighbor to read every day. I was sick and very sick and going crazy. Because when you're, excuse me, coughing all the time, too sick to go out, and you got no internet, no television. I had a VCR that I watched old videotapes when I felt up to it. Thinking of movies I would have watched then. Hunt for Red October, RoboCop. Um, I don't know. Now I got a lot of stuff on Blu-ray that I watch. James Bond movies. Uh, I've never seen 24, and there's some kind of The White House. I never watched that. I think that had Martin Sheen on it or something. I'm not sure. And what was it, House of Cards? I've never watched that. A lot of this new stuff just doesn't interest me. Sit down and binge watch every episode of Highway Patrol, but that's what I grew up with. Or Sea Hunt. I figured I never saw those episodes 50 years ago, and watch them now. There's nothing else to watch. So, and way back then, the Untouchables and anything by Quinn Martin, I watched a lot of that. We did the Invaders. I had the Invaders on DVD and Voyage of Out of the Sea. I would never get Lost in Space on DVD. It's too silly, too stupid. You bumbling booby. Warning, warning, danger, Robinson. Nothing against the cast and crew. They're beloved by some people. Can't see what I've got up there, I'll tell you. Got Hogan's Heroes up there. Captain is not like Hogan's Heroes. And it takes a beat. I watched a lot of that. And anything with Robert Rodman. Wonder why nobody's in here. Why did I do this? You know, it's really bugs me. I do these videos, and then I get things from people. When are you going to do the next live stream? Then I do the next live stream, and nobody comes in for the live stream. And why am I doing this? I got 2 people watching. I guess they want me to talk paranormal all the time. I can't always find stuff to talk about the paranormal. I don't have a producer. It ain't easy coming up with stuff. I may just stop these. Nobody's coming in. There's no point in doing live streaming. Nobody's watching. If I come in at 6 or 5 or 4 in the afternoon, it buffers like crazy till I get new stuff. Excuse me, it's very frustrating. Don't know. There's a river in Manila. I was reading in National Geographic. Begins in S. It runs through downtown Manila. They said it's biologically dead, but it's slowly coming back to life. But Baroni's wife was from the Philippines, and she said, I could have gone back, but I don't want to. I think once you leave the Philippines, and a lot of people there are in poverty, even though it's a cosmopolitan city of Manila, you don't want to go back because you live in the United States, and it's a lot better than there. So, maybe when Asia grows up, she will. I thought Art sold the condo, but I could be wrong. I'm wondering what she's going to do with all that broadcasting equipment, all that ham equipment, and the studio Sirius set up for him, the studio he had for Coast, all that radio equipment, recording stuff, satellite dishes, radio tower. Is that all they ripped out? Or is she going to have a big estate sale and just get rid of it all? I mean, I don't think I ever heard her on ham radio. Ramona, yeah, excuse me. What if she finds a time machine? How much do you put value on a time machine? Well, Billy, bot number 6001, the time machine. I would find a way to get the Trump if they have the Art Bell option. Try to do a video of the Art Bell option. Like Art Bell's chair. I want Art Bell's clock, his digital clock. That's my question. I want Art Bell's digital clock and at least one microphone. They'd be mobbed. They'd have to hold it somewhere in downtown Toronto. They wouldn't hold it at the house, probably. The Art Bell Memorial Chair. Hello, Adam. Yeah, well, if anybody were to buy it, it'd be that jerk. But it doesn't matter to me. They're going to say whatever they say. They've done damage to me. This is why I deleted the comment from someone who was a friend. That person doesn't realize they have sabotaged my relationship with George Murray. They've attacked me with the network, with Premiere. They have sabotaged every effort for me to get a live call-in show. They're evil people. And I've done nothing to them other than complain about their actions. So, ow! And keyboard keeps falling on my foot all the time. And, I should have a call-in show my own by now. And when I was going to have one, they put out this vile thing that I was a child molester, which is ridiculous. What the hell is that? Hmm. This rubbery thing, I have no idea what it goes to. What is it? Thought it might come off a new mic. Yeah, Art Bell's chair would go for thousands. Art Bell's headphones, Art Bell's microphone, or whatever. You know, Art Bell, even his sign for his call letters for his ham radio would go for probably thousands of dollars. Remember, he would sit in that chair and smile, and the digital clock be in the background, and there were stacks and stacks of radio equipment. And that stuff goes big to collectors, and oh my God. I just noticed this the rubber on my MacBook has just come loose. It's rubberized around the edges, and that's disturbing. And that's another thing I'll have to. When I take this in, I put another hard drive in, can you put the rubber back in? It just all of a sudden popped out of there. I guess when this stuff gets old, it starts, it won't stay in the groove anymore. So I have to tape that up. I don't know how I'd put it back in there. Goes all around the edge of the lid of the MacBook. Yeah, trying to put it back with my finger, that won't work. So I mean, really, let's say you resurrect Sewer Dad. What are they going to talk about? They can talk about me. They can't talk about art. They can talk about George Noory. They can discuss politics, the television show, the music, or whatever. But it's kind of a dead board because you're not talking about Art Bell anymore. You're not going to rename it George Noory Sucks. And how much can you attack somebody who's not doing anything? I mean, the worst they can do about what I'm doing in my life is I'm broke a lot because things happen, and my apartment's messy. Whether it's either too hot, I'm too tired, or I get too sick to do anything about it. And no one can say I'm doing anything illegal at this point. So, as they've tried to do in the past. And they've all, yeah, certainly maligned my reputation that I'm a con man. I get that still in comments. A fraud. They don't do unemployment sheet anymore because they know I'm not working. I am a Social Security fraud. And Medicare. Everything was Medicare fraud before I got on Medicare. That's stupid. And I think I've dented the reputation, if you can use the word, of Belgab, where it's tied together with the word sewer dad. So only trolls will go there. Nobody in their right mind will go there. And it's fruit and cake! Yay! Hello! Long time no see, person. One day when we get a car, we drive to Vegas, we will see if we can get together with you and your husband. I would like you to have you too, probably. Ask your husband If the JPL can build another satellite, we can send Shepard to Mars at MD. The Mars Rover 3. Send them both to Mars. Odds are, with the cosmic cosmic radiation, one of them won't make it. Send them both to Mars. One way. Then they could get there and start Mars Gab and tell us if the face on Mars is real or not. And they could make fun of Richard C. Hoagland from Mars, and let's see them call into Mars on the Sewercast. One hell of a lag for phone calls. I don't know how Kathy is. She's out with the ratty one. When I was starting this, the phone answered. The problem is the phone is on the other side of the fan, and every time I reach for the phone, the fan cuts hell out of my arms, or potentially does. By the time I grab the phone, they've hung up. It's only on 4 rings. That's what Adam says. It's what he's been told. If I had the money, the question is, let's say I won the lotto tonight. It's 252 million for the Mega Millions. First of all, would I waste money buying sewer gas? And second, I would have to have someone be a dummy front buyer for me because I don't dare. They probably wouldn't sell it. MB probably wouldn't sell it to me, although he said he would at one time. And I would shut it down. Well, I tell you, one thing I would do is eliminate the general musings of Falky or whatever they were calling it, thread, and go through and delete every person on there that was a troll. You wouldn't leave me much of a board. Now, the value of sewer gab at one time was $8,000. So if I won the lotto, I'd probably spend the 8. I'd probably offer 20 and see if he'd take it through a proxy person, so they wouldn't know it was me. And put one codicil in there that he cannot run any kind of website or discussion board for 5 years. But ultimately, I have survived 2 boards now that were full of that wasn't full. The first board was not full of trolls, but they came over the sewer again. I'm still around. They're not going to stop me. That was their whole goal, to get me off the internet, get me to stop doing videos. I would love to ban them all, but they're already gone. They've gone to LGAB or SmellGAB, StenchGAB. The one site that's so bad, not even Febreze will help. So I did start a discussion forum on Bordeaux. Art Bell lives, and if any of you want to come over there and join, it would be appreciated. I think that the memory of Art Bell should be out there somewhere, not on a troll board. Defunct or not. And who else do I talk about Art Bell but me? After a while, Art will be forgotten one day. Didn't say that. And I feel sorry for Lucky Farrell's mother. She fell and broke her other wrist. She'd already broken one, and now she fell some. I didn't quite get the story, but she injured her other wrist. It's sad. Now she can't take care of the kitties. All she can do is call in and say hello. I like what she says. I like the grandma and grandpa. They love the kids. I have a feeling that Chef is the guy that bought up my trademark. He was the guy from Pittsburgh. Somebody spent $400 to do that. I'm not worried about it. Sadly, the federal government did not agree with me. I said common law is on my side. I've been using the name for 7 years. And they said, well, we disagree. And I never got around to appealing it. So, wasn't going to do any good. Money talks. And you don't have money. If I had $400, I would have trademarked myself. But I have another way to go. When we build the complex, I get the Bergmobile. I go to Baltimore. I go to Pittsburgh. I go to New York. I go to Minneapolis, only to find out it's closed for the weekend. Then I go to Denver. We will buy the land and we will build a container house. And Jeremy's dog can tell me all the deep, dark secrets of Jeremy Mentor. Now we'll get to see the vast kosher food holdings of Justin at his store. And run in terror when one of them tries to offer me lutefisk. So, well, that seems to have stopped the discussion all to hell. So I really want a car for one reason, to get out of the house with this hot, go do videos once the iPad is repaired, and maybe go out and actually meet some people that watch my stuff. I'd like to meet the guy in Manisha. I'd like to meet Amber. Lisa's too far away, and so is Lucky Farrell's. And I don't know where everybody else is. I think Christopher says in Burbank. All those places are kind of close. Ventura, Burbank, Sherman Oaks, they're all relatively close to each other. LA is all mushed a whole bunch of little cities together. That'd be fun. Illinois, yeah, well, that's, I can't stop everywhere on the way back. Be in Pittsburgh, Minneapolis, and Denver. That would be the hat swing. And after I take the Alien Con trip, I will probably not go to another convention. I'll be trying to buy the land so I can get out of here. Um, the refinery had a fire over the weekend, and that has the potential for wiping out Martinez if they weren't catching it. I don't want to be here with a refinery fire, or God forbid, a 7.0 and the refinery gets on fire because of an earthquake. That's where I'm going to leave. They're literally right over the hill from me. It's not the any shockwave from the explosion. It's the poison gases that would come out. I'm not prepared for poison gas attack in this apartment. Neither are the poor cats. Why want to move to the relatively safe desert? Then get me one of them attack llamas to protect the cats. The guy has an attack llama. He got a llama and it protects cattle from coyotes. They may need a anti-troll llama to protect me from trolls. An attack llama. An anti-troll llama. Or an ant-llama. An anti-troll llama. Or an anti-troll coyote. You're obsessed with beers. You know I don't. You're obsessed with beers. You know I don't drink. So while you're drinking 13 or 14 beers, I will have 13 or 14 snappers or root beers. I might have one beer, the local brew. The problem I have is I get bombed off my ass if I drink 2 beers, so I just can't handle it anymore. Excuse me. Pulling out the trash can. Here's the paper trash can. All the stuff I got to throw in the recycling bin. Oh, I went the clip-on light again. I was knocking this thing on the floor. I put too much stuff in here. Too much stuff, mate. You're already weird. I don't know about drunk, but you're already weird. We already know about drunk, but you're already weird. We already know this. Why else would you listen to me if you weren't weird? And more stuff falls on the floor. Pick stuff up and all falls on the floor. There's a cup I've been looking for. Pens. Yep. Kind of weak stuff in my foot here. Unbelievable. Yeah, Minnesota would be interesting. But I'll be going there in November. Depending on when I would go there, I might actually see a football game. The Minnesota, what you call it? Maybe I get lucky to see them play the Steelers. I don't know if they play the Steelers or not. I am looking forward to our football picks. And I'll have to do some looking at baseball. I've not been looking at baseball. Look at that piece of paper. What do you think Chip is doing now? His hate side has been shut down. Well, if he's going to buy sewer gab, he'll just keep up the same crap. But the problem is, with Bell Gab down, if he starts it up as Bell Gab, like I said, I've done enough damage to the brand name. Let me see something. Let me see if what happens if you type. Let's see what happens if you type in. Yeah. hate that in my mouth. I've got the keyboard for that. The W doesn't work on my MacBook. The S doesn't work. The 2 doesn't work. And the Z doesn't work. All right, now, there are pictures about sewer gab, and there are there is one reference to sewer gab on the former Bell Gab, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos on sewer gab and several on Sheffits. So, and there is a sewer gab hashtag on Twitter. So the name is out. MB should be paying me for that too, for calling it sewer gab, getting him more publicity. Well, you know, if you get too much gas in a sewer, it explodes. Sure, there's hundreds of gas in that sewer and a lot of hot air. Now, if he's really trying to buy Bell Gab, then he might sell it to him for $1. He's probably wanted more money than that. But the last value I saw Bell Gab, I looked it up, said that earnings of $8,000, or was worth $8,000. I can't remember the difference. And some claim my thread was making him a ton of money every year. But really, what are they going to talk about? There's a guy doing videos in his hallway. But really, what are they going to talk about? There's a guy doing videos in his hallway. He went to Alien Con. He was broke to the bank, ripped off about $500. And I need to do laundry. What else are they going to talk about me? They can make stuff up, which they've done repeatedly. And with his stupid, which I've never listened to, Martinez Tonight, full of lies. He went on End of Days Radio twice, full of lies. Designed to ruin my reputation, and they went after poor Kathy. And some of them attacked computers of friends of mine. But ultimately, what do they have long term? And that answer is nothing. Well, I never get it from MD. Holes in the floor. Some kind, I don't know what they are. Just to drop them as things a kid on. But he wouldn't have the decency to pay me even 1% of the earnings he made from that thread. With 3,000 pages, if he had 3,000 ad clicks and earned $1 per ad click, that's $3,000. 1 click per page. So 10% be $300, 1% be $30. MD wouldn't give me that kind of money. Because ultimately he's a troll as much as the rest of them. Give me a moment. I'm going to get up for a second. Just to stretch my legs. If I can get up. It's difficult in my knees and back and feet after I see it. If I get my hand off my shorts. Oh. Okay. Getting hungry. Excuse me. I'll put in some popcorn. If you have a site called Belgab, devoted to Art Bell, then there were other subboards, music, television shows, other paranormal hosts, what have you. But when the host dies, you're not going to get any new Art Bell shows, and therefore the point of the site is gone. And Bardell started a stupid LGAB. I guess all the trolls could have somewhere to go. Once the site shut down, they can't post on that site anymore. I don't know if I do that. Boy, there's all these things in there. I do that, I'll be all in my house. So it's kind of pointless to have the site go with Art Bell gone. Unless you're going to change it back to George Norrie Sucks. Or they could change it to George Senda Sucks, but the point is, or they could change it to George Senda Sucks, but the point is enough people will say, why are you picking on this guy? He's not doing anything. Which is true. Like I said, Chefist and Bardell and Little Chris and all those trolls, they're a one-trick pony operation. They have nothing else. They have no rationale for being around on the internet other than to stir up problems. Or they can complain about my self-directed haircut. Would I call him to be a cheapskate? Well, I don't know. I don't know his personal spending habits. I know he's got a daughter who seems very sweet, a wife. Very sweet, a wife. But I think morally he's got the morals of a snake. Because anybody with any morality would have not allowed that whole thread to go on for 10 years and have it devoted to the attempted destruction of someone's reputation. And he doesn't have any ethics or morality in that respect. Maybe moral in other reasons. I don't know. I'm not know. But most normal people don't engage in character assassination, personal attacks. I just try to defend myself and my beloved cat and my cats. And they've caused problems with 6-week tenure, Area 51 drone, Earthworm Jerry, Justin. I don't know about Jeremy and other people. And they've caused problems for Fruit and Cake and people who have donated to me. I shouldn't have said Fruit and Cake wraps, too. Sorry, people who have donated to me. I shouldn't have said Fruit and Cake wraps, too. Sorry for that, I forgot. Anybody who's a friend of mine, they attack. I don't think MV grew up. I think the handwriting was on the wall. Art Bell's gone. There's no reason to keep the site up. Hello, Raymond. I mean, how much can you discuss following Malachi Martin, Mr. Talking, the drug guy, Aaron Katana, Stephen Quayle, UFO disclosure, yes. Richard C. Hoagland, and about how they're doing it on the coast. So, yeah. But Adam says the evil Chevis may be buying it. I ain't worried. I'll continue to do what I'm doing. Oh, I got 2 new subscribers. Hold on, I'll be right back. Whoops, I can't do that. Well, I got 2 new subscribers. Let's see if I can go to Gmail. Oh, yeah, I can. Hold on. I got to put the iPad. Fuzzy is left today. Still 85 in my living room. Still 85 in my living room at roughly 11 o'clock. Still trying to rescue those boys from the cave in Thailand. Right now it is 72 in Martinez. Tomorrow will be 90. Monday will be 91. Tuesday will be 89. Wednesday will be 79. Yeah. Okay. Katie Manning has subscribed to my channel. Thank you, Katie. Mark the bell to be notified of new videos. And I know there's one other person here. Judith Reardon subscribed. Thank you, Judith. Thank you for coming on. Mark, click on the bell to be notified of new videos coming on. There's 2 new subscribers. And the person that wrote that inbox, that comment on my thing said people paid to buy me subscribers. I don't know if that be the case or not. But I know what my subscribers were before I went on coast to coast. I know what they were after, and they effectively doubled. So But a lot of people say they know of me because they saw me on Coast to Coast. Oh, cool. Hybrid snapper. Hybrid peach snapper. Add water. Wonder what, I think I'll do that. Send me one extra. I'll eat some without water just to see what it'd be like. I'm suffering from extreme heat and humidity right now. It's hotter than hell in this corner. And for some reason I don't understand, unless it's the heat beating down on the kitchen wall all day, there is nothing burning in the kitchen. No stove, no oven. And every time I walk in the kitchen, it's like, it feels like the oven's going. It's nuts. My neighbor around the corner, they put a fan in the doorway, and I keep, every time I go by, I knock their screen door shut. But they got it propped open. There's not enough room to get by. They say, well, it's okay. They said it's the only way they can cool off their apartment, but they're not facing the sun in the living room. They're dying in there. They're sitting there in the dark right now, watching television. Too hot to have a light on. I'm not glad we have summer. I like summer for other reasons, but I got to feed the cats, and within minutes I'm soaked in sweat. And I hate being soaked in sweat. And I come back exhausted some nights. It's so damn hot out there. And I have to take, also, when it gets 90 or above, I'm taking 5 and 6 showers a day. Like, I can't function in here. And that's one reason why I'm looking for a car. Cat will come over and we'll go out and I can go to somewhere it's cool and air conditioned with iced tea and get out of this apartment. I feel sorry for Fuzzy Cat. She likes to stay indoors all the time. She's got to have it worse than I do with that long fur she has. I feel for her. And Fluffy and little girl. Now, outside, when it's not sunny, once the sun goes down, at this building it's not that bad. But walking to the senior center and feeding the cats in the sun is just horrible. And by next year, I should have one of my credit cards, or maybe two, paid off. Have my credit bills paid off. Things I bought online, mail order. Have my 4x4 and take the trip. So things were a lot better for me money wise. I gotta have somebody who's able to drive right. I don't know if they're gonna let me drive unless I get reading glasses. I miss driving a car. I miss going out in the car. But going out in a nice air conditioner 4x4, hell, you'll probably see videos once I get the other iPad. You'll see videos in my 4x4. I won't be going anywhere. I'll just be sitting in the air conditioned car. Live streaming my car. That'd be cool in this apartment. But I would love to go to the gold country, go down to Southern California, go to Las Vegas. Biggest problem is the cats. What am I going to do with the cats? Someone's got to feed the cats while I'm going. The 3 downstairs and my 2 are not a problem. Kathy went to the Grand Canyon. Let's go to the Grand Canyon. The problem we'd have to do is fly to Vegas, take a tour of the Grand Canyon, go back to Vegas, and then go home. You're going to take about a week. Now, I personally don't get why you would want to go to the Grand Canyon. Because I've seen canyons. They all kind of look alike to me. And it's a big hole in the ground. You know, maybe it's different when you get there and you observe it and all that, but I don't get the fascination of looking at a giant hole in there. Meteor crater is different because a giant meteorite hit that. I'd like to see that, just to see the effects of what the meteor did and relate it to the one that hit and wiped out the dinosaurs. Or I think it's in Canada, Crater Lake. But the Grand Canyon is out in the desert, it's hot, you gotta wait in line, go on the railing. I have a fear of heights, so I'm not going to be going to the Grand Canyon. I was thinking, if I had Art Bell's time machine, what would I do with it? Could you go back and warn someone that 9/11 was going to happen? Could you go back and kill Hitler? Could you go back and stop Lincoln from being assassinated or JFK? Or Garfield or McKinley? I think McKinley and Garfield were minor in their effect in history. I think Lincoln and Kennedy were major. Could you go back and get Art and Johnny Carson to stop smoking? And they always say, I'd like to meet Jesus. Well, the problem is he spoke in Aramaic. How many people today know Aramaic? You could talk to them in Hebrew if you knew Hebrew, or maybe Greek, or Latin, but what do you understand? when one of the Roman soldiers was doing, you show up and you're an unknown person showing up in Jerusalem. I always wonder about these guys talk about time travel as if no one's going to notice an outsider. Now, you go back dressed as a Jew, then you're in trouble. If you go back dressed as a Roman, you're still in trouble. You're going to say, we don't recognize you, centurion. Who are you? I would like to go back and see the 1939 World's Fair, the 1950 and Pacific Exhibition in San Francisco. Go see George M. Cohan live. Go see David Belasco live. William Gillette. The Booth family live on stage. John Wilkes Booth live on stage. Don Barrymore. Lionel Barrymore. Ethel Barrymore. Jenny Lind. Go back and see Barnum's Museum. And then if it was safe, somehow, watch the invasion of Washington, D.C. in 1812. Watch the Battle of Gettysburg or Washington Crossing the Delaware, something like that. The surrender of Appomattox. I don't think it would do much good to warn the captain of the Titanic. Or the Lusitania or the Hindenburg. I have a feeling those might be locked in stone. Yes, I ate the peach pie with the ice cream. I think next time I'll just get plain vanilla. It was kind of weird, the strawberry and chocolate on top of peach pie. And it's summer, not being sexist here, summer is the time for picnics, apple pie, hot dogs, baseball. Well, that's really spring. Girls at the beach, volleyball, and I guess somewhat camping, hiking, bicycling. All things you wait all winter get to be able to do. You can't do them in the wintertime. You can't do them in the spring because it still snows somewhere. I don't know over a certain amount. Probably. But we shall see. I'll have to get advice on that. And that would affect my disability. I've not seen the guy at the air conditioning place lately. Wants to go into business with me, for me doing the work. He's hiring the money. No, I don't think we'll ever have free health care, because the word free should be in quotes. Who pays for it? Someone has to pay a bill. Someone has to pay for all those MRI machines and X-ray machines and tests and lab work and medications and going to the hospital and ambulance for surgeries and all that. And affordable certainly was not the word to use with Obamacare. But instead of being affordable, it jacked people's bill up by thousands every year. It's far better in some ways to save money if you can. I don't want to talk about saving, given my financial situation of late, but you save money for a medical plan. But Obama tried to destroy the medical insurance industry. And you have things like Anthem that deny everything because they're working on Medicare and Medi-Cal. And they don't want to pay certain items. It might be better also if maybe we had some kind of system when you go to work. You know, they take out for Medicare when you work. And yet when you get Medicare, you don't get dental care. You don't get eye care. You don't get certain medication. It's very limited. I saw an ad for something. I didn't click on it. I should have. Where the site offered me medical care, dental care, eye care, prescription drug care above what I get on Medicare. And I should have clicked it. That's what you really need. Where something that covers everything, preferably with a low deductible. And then, as our society ages, my generation, more and more people as they approach 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 in the 50s are getting 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 in the 50s are getting sick. Someone's got to pay for that too. And a lot of people do not have anything saved up from work, or they don't have health care for their businesses getting provided. Or when they left work, you were given so many months to go to Kaiser or wherever, and so they have no health care. And somebody's going to pay for their health care too. I think it would be better if we set up a national program when you go to work. It would be a tax of sorts, but take 5% of your income, or whatever the percentage would be, a small percentage, and have that 5% be tax-free. And that gets put into a savings account for you of some kind, whether it's a medical IRA. So when you retire, or just put it into some health insurance plan separate from Medicare or Medi-Cal or Obamacare. And when you retire, or when you get sick, your medical expenses are paid. You don't have to worry about it. And the other issue when you get old is when you can no longer care for yourself, where do you go? I get on the bus and I see at least 4 places that are senior care and I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's basically Alzheimer's care, memory care. That's people who go senile or have Alzheimer's, and that's a huge thing in this country. And who pays for those people? It took Ronald Reagan 10 years to die once he declared he had Alzheimer's. And his wife had round-the-clock doctors and nurses and attendants to take care of him until he died. And then she had a fall and she finally died. But most families get bankrupted by catastrophic medical expenses and Alzheimer's. Um, but I think if you were to take out 5% tax free, let's say you make, well, now they're saying, of course, take out 5% tax free, let's say you make, well, now they're saying, of course, in San Francisco, if you make 100 grand a year, it's considered poor. So 10% would be $10,000, 5% would be $5,000. You put 5 grand in the bank every year, and that would be 4 44 no $440 a month. You can't touch it, but it's there if you need it. You're insured. But most young people don't want to do that. That's the problem. The millennials don't want to pay for health care when they're 18 or 20 or 25 and they live in the basement of their parents. But one day you'll get sick and old and then there'll be nothing to take care of you. I ain't relying on the government. I want to try to make money to get off this disability. Get into it. My own land and my own house and have enough room to move in here and wherever I be and live my life out. I mean, if you can get a thing for insurance for 100 grand, why can't you get health care? Maybe that would make too much sense. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, first group of boys reported being guided out of Thai cave in operation expected to last days. Church groups from Florida and Tennessee stranded in Haiti as violence breaks out. Messages suggest, oh, God help us, Hillary Clinton may be planning to run for the presidency in 2020. Is this woman never going to give up? What happens if Trump kicks her ass a second time? Church evicted from building after posting anti-lesbian gay sign. Episcopal Church considers making God gender neutral. There's the Mini Cooper crashes into the home in Pennsylvania at 80 miles an hour. World Cup Final Four team set with elimination of host team Russia. Cops forced maid to return 20 grand to stripper. Tennessee woman bitten by brown recluse allegedly finds dozen more in apartment. Customer overdoses in drive-thru, gets revived and arrested. White woman fired after calling the cops on black man wearing socks in pool. And this is the silliness that's out there. A guy at Burger King in Indianapolis revived and the rest of the patron are overdosed in the drive-thru. And he bought hydrocodone Norco, which is hydrocodone and amphetamine, and acetaminophen. In April, a Taco Bell patron in Virginia overdosed and got arrested. Crime at the Burger King. Crime at the fast food. Let's see. Man calls 911 over burger. McDonald's in Canada. He got a cold burger and fries. And he called the police. He received a delivery from Uber Eats. And he started arguing with restaurant employees over who was responsible for his cold food. And the police said things like, we'd respond and grill him. After you grill him along enough, he'd flip. Would you pepper him with questions, confirm he had no assault, or just catch up on old times? God. Here's the one that gets me. Millennials say going out is too much effort. Well, they got a video, sadly. Georgia's most expensive home listed for $25 million, built by director Tyler Perry. Strike curfew shuts Kashmir down on rebel death's anniversary. Tropical storm Beryl moving toward eastern Caribbean. That's about it. I'm finding. Well, I don't see anybody talking much. I wonder what's on Curtis tonight. Let's see. Keeps asking me to move coast to coast. I'm tempted sometimes. Okay. Here we go. Creepy machete man spotted. Hiker finds old Elmo tree and talking cow troubles family. Gee, is that a cow with Linda Moulton Howe? I don't know. A talking cow. Farms in Berkeley. Boo. Okay. Martian avalanche. Dramatic changes to the Martian landscape. Last night was Pet Psychic.